Hey everyone! If you're just getting started with Python, you've probably hit that frustrating moment where your code just does something totally weird and you have no idea why. Well, guess what? That's where the real learning starts. Today, we're going to tackle one of those classic coding puzzles and see how we can turn a simple glitch into a genius moment by understanding the power of variables. Okay, so here's the mission. It sounds simple enough, right? We draw a red circle. We want it to turn blue when we click the mouse. So you might write some code that says, when the mouse is pressed, draw a blue circle right there. It makes sense. You click, and yeah, it kind of looks like it worked. But is that what's really going on under the hood? And here's the big reveal. It's an illusion. When you click, you're not actually changing the circle's color. If you could peek behind the scenes with a special tool, you'd see two circles, one stacked right on top of the other. The code didn't change the red circle at all. It just drew a brand new blue one over it. That is definitely not what we were trying to do. So, what gives? Okay, so here's the heart of the problem. Your onMousePress function, it's kind of in its own little bubble. When it gets called, it has zero memory of that red circle we created earlier. Its only instruction is to draw a new blue circle here. It has no way to point back to the original circle and say, hey, you, change color. It's like shouting change your shirt into an empty room and then just putting a new blue shirt on the floor. Now, the fix for this is so simple, it's almost funny. Check this out. On the left, you've got our broken code. On the right, the working version. Look really, really close. The only difference is that tiny little piece, C equals. That's it. That one little addition introduces something called a variable, and it completely changes everything.
So, what in the world is a variable? The easiest way to think about it is like a nickname or a label. When we type C equals circle and parentheses, we're not just creating a circle anymore. We're creating a circle and we're immediately giving it a name, C. Now it's not just some random shape on the screen, it's our circle, C. And once something has a name, well, we can talk to it.
And that is the magic right there. Because our circle now has this nickname, C, our onMousePress function can give a way more specific command. Instead of just draw a blue circle, it can say, hey, C, yeah, you, change your fill color to blue. See the difference? We're not making a new shape. We are changing a property of the original one. And just like that, problem solved?
Oh, for sure. Solving our color problem was just scratching the surface. Giving our circle a name unlocks the ability to control any of its properties, not just its color. And this is where your code really starts to feel alive and interactive.
Let's see just how powerful this is. The process is exactly the same. First, step 1, we name our circle C. Now, we could change its color, like in step 2, or check out step 3. We can change its position. We can tell the code to set C's center X and center Y to the coordinates of the mouse. Now, every time you click, the circle instantly jumps to your cursor. We're using the exact same variable to control a totally different behavior. Pretty cool, right? Okay, but this brings up a deeper question. How does the onMousePress function suddenly know what C is? The answer has to do with where we create the variable. And this leads us to a really fundamental idea in programming, the difference between global variables and local variables. This table lays it out perfectly. A global variable, like our circle C, is created outside of any function, just out in the main part of our code. Because of that, it can be seen and used anywhere. It's public. On the other hand, local variables are born inside a function and they can only be used right there. A perfect example is the mouse coordinates, X and Y. They get passed into our onMousePress function, and as soon as that function is done, they disappear. And that right there is the whole secret. The code works because we made C a global variable. It exists in this shared space where everybody can see it. So the onMousePress function can look outside of its own little local bubble, see C hanging out, and go mess with its properties. That global scope is what connects everything together. Now you might be thinking, this is amazing. I'm just going to make everything a global variable from now on. But hold on a second. With this new power comes a really, really important piece of advice from pretty much every experienced programmer out there. Use global sparingly. So why the big warning? Well, if you have tons of global variables, your code can get really messy fast. Imagine any part of your code being able to change any variable at any time. It can create these weird side effects that are an absolute nightmare to track down and fix. Think of it like a giant workshop where you just leave all your tools lying around on the floor instead of putting them in a toolbox. For now, using them for the main characters of your program, like our circle, is a great place to start.
So there we have it. We went from a confusing bug to understanding one of the most powerful tools in programming. Variables let our code have a memory. They let us create things that are dynamic and interactive. They're a fundamental building block. So, with this great power comes great responsibility. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?